So hey guys, I'm Adam and today we're talking about Bitcoin. So this little bot here, BitMacoin, hopefully will be trading Bitcoin for me. So the underlying idea is that I don't really trade Bitcoin, I just put some money into it. I do that in the middle of the month, but the price fluctuates so much that I figure that a bot could actually make some money out of the trading activity. So yeah, I want to make a bot which could monitor the marketplace for 24/7, take the historical prices and inputs, and based on that, do actions as buy, sell, or just do nothing. And hopefully it would generate more money than just me buying in the middle of each month. So this graph is a simple representation of what I want to do. I use Coinbase, and with its API I can get the current data of the marketplace, store that in the database, and then give that to BitMacoin with the current historical data to actually make a decision to buy, sell, or just chill a bit. So for the model trading, I needed some data, of course. I found some free data on Kaggle. If you want more historical data, you can actually buy some online. I added the trading fees into the trading process. The current fee is 0.5%. It's a taker's fee, and it's in line with my strategy of, being a price taker. So trading on the current price of Bitcoin in the marketplace instead of posting multiple bids and waiting for their fulfillment. I went with this just because it's much more simpler this way. So yeah, I don't really think it needs much explaining. So for the inputs and outputs, as I said, I wanted to make the trades based on the historical prices. So I selected 15 price points of historical price, and one input is reserved for the wallet representation, so that the bot would know if the money is in Bitcoin or in euros at any moment. For the outputs, those are quite simple. You need a buy, a sell, or a do nothing action. As for the approaches, I wanted to try out two methods, the first being NEAT, Neural Evolution of Augmenting Topologies, and the second one being the Deep Q-Learning. NEAT model is based on evolution, so while training, you make a set of models, let's say 100, which try their hand at the task, and at the end of the session, you evaluate each one of them, then select the best ones and do the breeding process in which you generate a new genome. And then the process is repeated till you get the satisfactory result. As for deep Q-Learning, you train only one method, network at a time, but it trains at each step. So yeah, you don't get a genome and all the Hunger Games thing as in NEAT, but you get a network which trains at each step, so it's quite a bit faster in that sense than NEAT. As for the current state, I tried 4 configurations of NEAT, and the latest training approach is that I show just 1 minute out of the whole day for the model, and then it has to decide if it buys, sells, or just does nothing. And I do that for a year, and at the end of the year I evaluate the model, select the winning models and breed a new genome and start again. So in total I trained the models for 1000 years, and the results are quite sad. After around 80 years of training, the model gets that it can just do nothing, and then the result will be not as bad as going and doing risky moves all around. So yeah, that's the issue with it. And in 1,000 years I didn't reach a breakthrough. I tried changing the reward function, tried changing the way I train the models, but nothing seems to work. So at some point I just dropped it and didn't come back to it. So yeah. As for DeepCo, I tried 7 configurations in total. The training approach, the latest one of course, is that I show each time moment, so each minute of a random day in a training dataset. And at each of those moments, the bot has to select which action it will make, so buy, sell, or do nothing. And at the end of each action, so at the end of each minute, I will evaluate the result of the bot's decision impact. So the result is calculated as the difference between the new decision and doing nothing. So if the bot selects to do nothing, the result will be just 0 because the difference is none. But if the bot, let's say, selects to buy and the current price of Bitcoin is 1,000 euros and it has 1,000 euros, so I would then evaluate the result. Now, the result is determined by the time frame that I select. So I train 3 networks simultaneously. So one is trained based on the time frame of 4, one is based on 8, and the last one on 12 hours. So what that means is I take the price for the selected time frame, I take the mean of that price, and I use it to evaluate the result. So getting back to our example, if the current market price for Bitcoin is 1,000 euros and the bot has 1,000 euros in a wallet and selects to buy, then the decision of not doing anything would give him the result of 1,000 euros in any time interval. But if it selects to buy, the price fluctuates of the Bitcoin in the upcoming, let's say, 4 hours. And the mean of that price comes to be, let's say, 2,000. So the bot just won 1,000 more euros when it could have had. So the result is 1,000. So based on that logic, I trained the bots on 500 days. And the results are a bit better than the neat ones. So it actually is profitable on most of the days, or at least it doesn't lose any money. But the thing is, it makes mostly one trade. And yeah, that doesn't really work out to be a very good strategy. Because the thing is, well, I figured it just makes one trade during the day because, well, it was the best trade or it was just one right moment for it. But then I try to test it for a week, for a month, for a couple of months. It still does one trade. And I don't really get why. I have no idea why this thing persists. I think it's somewhat a bug in my code, but yeah. I'm still looking into it, and if you have any ideas why, please share in the comments. I'll be really happy if you could get me on the right direction. So yeah, if you would ask why it's profitable, well, you can look at the line with is denoted BTC. So at each day, the bot starts with 1 Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin is either in euros or in Bitcoin itself. It doesn't really matter, it just takes the spot price of a Bitcoin and turns it into euros if needed. And yeah, the BTC line shows the result at the end of the day. So So that's pretty much it, the current state of Deepku. As for the future plans, I am still working on the Deepku model. Didn't quit that yet. But if that doesn't work out, I think I try to build something like a simple logical model. If the price goes up, do that. If the price goes down, do that. And then put it in the VM somewhere and connect it to the API just to try to spin it for a while and, just have some fun. So yeah, that's it. And if you want to see more of BitMaCoin, consider subscribing. If you like the video, please leave a like. And as I said, if you have any idea why there is just one trade and then the bot just stops trading altogether, leave a comment. I really would like to hear from you. So I guess that's it for today. And yeah, bye. Hope to see you soon.